Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. We are in Unit 9 and ratio analysis, and we are in illustration number 18. Okay. So let us look into the problem. From the following trading activities of Naveen Limited, calculate four ratios you have to calculate: gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio, and operating profit ratio. Right. So first let us calculate gross profit. How to calculate gross profit? So gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. Right. Into 100. Right. Now gross profit we do not know. We have to find out gross profit. So gross profit. How to find out gross profit? Gross profit is gross profit is what? Revenue from operations minus cost of revenue from operations. Right. Now how to find out cost of revenue from operations? Gross profit. Okay, how to find out the cost of revenue? Purchase plus change in inventories plus direct expense. Right. Now what is your purchase? In this problem here you have 17,000 rupees. See here you have 17,000. Right. Change in inventories, they give you a minus figure 1,000. Opening minus closing is your changing inventories. Now see if you have any direct expenses. No, you have no direct expense. Admin selling expense you have. Finance cost you have. So we do not have any direct expense, right? So we will ignore that. So we have rupees 16,000 is your cost, right? So your gross profit is what? Here you go. Revenue from operations. What is your revenue from operations? Revenue from operation is 20,000. So 20,000 minus 16,000. So that is rupees 4,000. So that is your gross profit. Now that you have your gross profit and your revenue from operation is what? Revenue from operation is 20,000 into 100. Fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 gets cancelled. 2 will go here 2 times. So the answer is 20% is your gross profit. Right. Now can we calculate net profit ratio? So net profit ratio. So net profit ratio is what? Net profit after tax divided by the revenue from operations into 100. So what is your net profit? They have given you, it's a very easy problem here. Net profit though after before tax they have given you 1,500. So let us assume that there is no tax payable. So 1,500. Revenue from operation is there always 20,000. Ready-made figure they have given you into 100. Okay. So just cancel the figures. Okay, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So 2 will go around 8 times. 7.5 times. 7.5% is your net profit. Fine. Now we have to calculate the next one. Let us see, go to the problem and find out what they want us to find out next. They want us to find out operating cost ratio. Okay, operating cost ratio. So now let us find out operating cost ratio. Operating cost ratio. So what is the formula for operating cost ratio? Operating cost divided by revenue from operation into 100. Now how to find out this operating cost? So that is a bit difficult, isn't it? Operating cost is equal to cost of revenue from operation minus operating expense. That's operating expense, right? So cost of revenue from operation, as we have already found out, right? Let us find out operating expense. So in this problem, what is your operating expense? Your operating expense is nothing but your admin and selling expense, 2,500. Otherwise you have nothing else. So your operating expense is rupees 2,500. So operating cost is what? What is cost of revenue from operation? We have already calculated 16,000. These are the cost of revenue from operation plus rupees 2,400. So where have we calculated cost of revenue from operation? See here, cost of revenue from operation we have already calculated, right? Yeah. So that is 16,000 you have to pay. So 16,000 plus 2,400. So that comes to rupees 18,400. So this is your operating cost. So now that you can find out the ratio, so 18,400 divided by revenue from operation. So what is your revenue from operation? Revenue from operation is 20,000, right? Yes, revenue from operation is 20,000 divided by 20,000 into 100. So I don't think it should be difficult here. 0, 0 cancel. 2 will go here once, and then 2 will go here, 9, and then 2. So what is the answer, children? You're getting it. 92% is your operating cost. Now, is it difficult for you to find out operating profit ratio? Not at all difficult, isn't it? Operating profit ratio. Operating profit ratio, you have two methods. Alternative method also I taught you, right? So operating profit divided by revenue from operation into 100. So what is your operating profit? Operating profit we have to find out. Operating profit is what? Revenue from operation minus operating cost. The revenue from operation is rupees 20,000. And when you are calculating operating cost ratio, we found out the operating cost, isn't it? What is your operating cost? 18,400 minus 18,400. So what is the balance? Rupees 1,600. So nothing is difficult here. 1,600 divided by 20,000 into 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 is going to go here 8 times. So this is one method. So previously I taught you, isn't it? So 100 minus your operating cost, that is 92, will give you 8%. Your operating profit ratio. Alternative method I taught you, fine. alternative method where operating profit ratio is 100 minus your operating cost ratio. So 8% you can cross check, and you can cross check. Use an alternative method, very easy, but then you can calculate and find out. Right? So thank you children. Meet you in the next class with another ratio.